The first thing I do when I'm setting up a still life is I place something in a lighted area, making sure that there's a really definite light source, in this case coming from the left, casting a shadow to the right. And I start off with a thinly loaded brush and trace around the shape of the object and its shadow and the other lines in the subject. In this case, I'm looking at that white line of fabric against the blue background. Then I bring in the shadow color. I'm working very thin here with a limited palette. I have the shadow shapes in, and then I bring in the light color, and I'm using a sort of a tint of pink, a little cadmium red mixed with white, so that the white isn't just pure out of the tube. I want it to have a little bit of warmth and something to balance the yellow of the lemon. I'm knocking in, again, a thin sort of broth of color into the background, and it's not the exact shade of the teal green, something a little bit richer and warmer, but it gives me sort of something to work with. So this is the knocking in stage of the painting. Always kind of re-looking, redrawing, and keeping it really sort of loose and not precious. I don't want to get too finicky about the details at this stage of the painting. I want to really continue to examine how dark something is compared to how light something is, the shape of a cast shadow. I've moved the line of the white against the blue, so now there's a little bit more table and a little bit less background. I've added in a little bit of a highlight, and now I'm coming back on top of my sort of pinky white with thicker paint, a little bit more precision in the drawing, and the paint has been thickened also with a little bit of liquid to fatten it up and come on top of that thinner underpainting. I'm also lightening up the background now, and again redrawing with my brush those juxtapositions of where the background and the subject meet up, and by painting in the negative space, that space around the object, I'm redefining the object's shape itself. Painting the negative space is the best way to really make that subject pop.